Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. This week we got a really cool video. This painting took me over 2 months to finish, and a lot of the times you say you spent that much time on it. Like, it wasn't all just painting. A lot of it was just sitting back and other things that we'll talk about in the video. But yeah, this one took me a really long time. Hope you guys enjoyed the little old boy as like an intermission, but yeah, I'm so happy to be bringing you this video. I ain't gonna hold you up too much anymore. Let's get right into the video. Alright, so what I first did is I found a picture that I liked on Procreate, and then I added a grid, which was really cool. I didn't know how to do this before, so all you need to do is add a new layer and then go to your textures and grids right there. And then what you do is you just pop it on there. This one's kind of a big one, so I'm gonna have to go over and do a little measuring. So this painting took about 2 months to finish. During that time, I got a new camera and was just learning the whole time. Bear with me, know that by the end of this painting, I'm going to figure out how to use my damn camera. Like, obviously, like now, pretty good in the pocket, but this was a struggle. All right, I got the final proportions down right on here. I think I like the way that that looks on the canvas. And then I got the canvas completely gridded. Now we can get to work. So I first want to talk about why I chose this painting. I was just scrolling through Pinterest one day and this picture popped up. I think it was like because of like my old search history. I was looking for like people with locks and stuff like that. So it was just suggested from there. At first I couldn't tell if it was a boy or a girl, and she looked like hella like racially ambiguous, and it was just like an intriguing picture. Like, that's what it like, you know, initially gravitated me towards this. But more than any of all of that, she just looked like somebody that I would have been cool with like at that age. Like during those high school years. The picture really gave me a nostalgic feeling, and I just knew I wanted to capture that feeling through art. Alright guys, so most times I would just be like, screw it, this painting's just gonna be what it is. Like, but I hated the way that it was coming out, so I decided to just scrap it. Same way with the 1000 collab. I was just up there like, shoot, I'm in a position now where this won't work. It won't work. So I scrapped, but just like in the 1000 collab, I'm not giving up. So prepare to see the whole job that I just did again, gone. I redid the sketch and I think my proportions are a lot better this time, but ooh, here you go. Alright, I know what you guys are thinking. You're up there like, what? That looks just as bad. But what I did was I redid like my grid, and then I went over everything, and then just went ahead and got my proportions again, and then I erased my grid. You live, you learn, and we're gonna spend all weekend trying to get this out because I still haven't released a video. Wish me luck, guys. I wanted to talk a little bit about American youth. I feel like in a blink of an eye, I wasn't an American youth anymore. And that's some bullshit, but as I observe the youth of today, like many of you probably cringe at a lot of the similarities, but also envy their blissful ignorance in some ways too. I also can't help but wonder about growing up with the world at the palm of your hands from birth and how that is molding the new generations. While the wealth of knowledge is crazy resourceful, can the dark sides of social media and the like-based serotonin releases be more harm than good? Also, on not such a deep level, but the taste of music of a lot of the youth is super trash. I guess a lot of hits from my youth didn't age well either, but growing up in the late 90s to 2000, our overall catalog is undeniable. Damn. Probably sound like them old heads right now. But I can't help but wonder if they'll still be bumping Lil whatever in their late 30s to early 40s. Like, I don't see a lot of that shit. I don't see a lot of it lasting. Bumping Trippy Red in your 45s, like, bruh. Alright, so check this out. So the idea is to have these going across the back. I'm gonna cut them and then make the frame out of that because it is so hard to paint on this thing because the mat board that it's on is just kind of flimsy. So I want to give it some solid, plus something that you're able to hang it up with. So yeah, that's the idea. Also, at this stage, I want to tell you about what I want to do with the painting. So I want to do like my normal backgrounds, but I want to use something like this in there, some gold leaf around the edge. And I think with the browns and the blues, this gold leaf is gonna really make it pop. I'm also thinking about doing some of her jewelry, like maybe her eyebrow ring or her lip ring in gold leaf too, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I don't know. Really touch that, but we shall see. All right, I want to take some time and talk about a rough part of the painting. Even more rough than when I just decided to start over, pretty much. I was stuck just not liking the work and not trusting the process. I just kept not feeling good enough, and I would just sit there and turn the camera on and roast myself. I wasn't gonna add this to the video, but as I sat and edited all the footage, I decided that maybe it's good to show like all of these down points in this painting. And there was a lot. I hate to be like negative during this painting, but yeah, I wanted to add these parts in just to show somebody that might be going through the same thing that, yo, your boy Chuck Lee be going through that shit too. So yeah, here's a couple clips of me mad about it being in its ugly stage. The ugly stage, that fugly stage. Also during this section, we're gonna be going ahead and doing the gold leaf. I can't get out of the ugly face. Already 3 weeks in the works, and I'm still in the ugly stage. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Roller coaster of emotions. Still feel like it's like stuck in a ugly phase, and I think I put at least a month into this painting, but I don't know. Again, I'm at this, oh, it's in its ugly stage, and I don't know. Growing up during my high school years was an interesting time, to say the least. I wasn't a bad kid, but still found myself in trouble a little bit more than most. I went to a few different high schools. I tended to love getting myself kicked out of school too. One of my high schools was on a farm where we rode horses and shit. That shit was like super crazy. We like, you know, get a class called equestrian where we just like take rides with horses and stuff. That was pretty, you know, mind-blowing and pretty great now that I look back on it. I also went to a military academy and got kicked out just a week before graduation for talking back to a teacher about how Columbus was trash and we should be taking him out of the curriculum. Crazy part was I was a platoon leader and company first sergeant, and that was unprecedented in that academy. I guess I was just to be made an example of, which, you know, happened a few times in my life, but I'm not gonna blame, not gonna blame none of that shit on, circumstances. And I was still in my teens when I got kicked out of that academy and ended up going to county jail after that because the academy was in ways like court ordered because I got kicked out of my other school, the school at the farm, because I got caught, you know, with a little bit of the wacky tobacco on me and got kicked out and got into some trouble with the laws. But yeah, and this is all before like my 19th birthday. And like I said, I'm not a bad kid. I got in a debate with a teacher about Columbus, which we all know is whack. And yeah, I did puff on a little bit of the trees back in my days. It's crazy to think that I got in all of that trouble as a youth for things that we look at now, and I'm glad that I'm still like a kind-hearted person and didn't lose any of that. But yeah, I got lucky, I guess. Yeah, and you know, with thinking I was grown and being at that academy, my poor mom didn't have a lot more choices but to let me go out into the world and learn how to be a man on my own. I know that her and my dad just like hoped that what they taught me would stick, and as I navigated this crazy world that I would just like still hold on to my core values from, you know, growing up with them and whatnot. And I did. Luckily, I survived this crazy world, and I'd love to tell you more about that. But after those high school years, it was a whole nother crazy part of my life, getting into the music and doing all of that. That might be a story for another time. But this, to come back full circle, this painting just reminded me of those years in my life. This kid looked like she could have been living a similar life, and I wish I could tell her, keep a good heart and love as hard as you can, because keeping that will get you through all the bullshit in store in the coming days. Learn as much as you can and apply it to doing something that you love, and be careful chasing honeys in LA. You got music to make, and that shit is a distraction, Chuck. I mean, well, maybe not the last part, but sure wish somebody would have told my ass. Alright, so during our commercial break, we went ahead and did the shadows, and then I thickened up the white lines. So yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and get into the chain. Yo, I know this one was a long one, and as I wrap this up, I want to quickly let you know what's been grabbing my attention other than this big ass painting. I've been doing some work with a company called Liquid Stands. I've been making product videos for them. It's a great company, and I highly suggest you checking them out if you're in the market for like a keyboard stand or musical gear. Like, they've got a lot of other stuff other than keyboard stands. I'll leave a link to one of my videos that I'm doing with them in the description if you just want to check out what else I'm doing. But yeah, I'm gonna be kind of like juggling my time with this and that, but yeah, the art is still my main focus, and yeah, it's my main focus. Yo, thank you so much for coming out for another video. This one was a lot of fun, and I am so glad that I finally made it to the end of this. Let me know how you guys feel about the Act 1 through 5 kind of splitting up the video and having different subject matters and whatnot. I thought that was a pretty cool way to do this one, especially because it was so long. Please stay tuned for some new stuff. I do have more paintings that I'm currently working on, and paintings that I have footage for that I just haven't released. Might not still, but the ones that I'm working on are definitely gonna, the next one is going to be it's gonna be great. This one we're talking about youth, and then the next one, it was no spoilers. Just meet me back here, and you know, hopefully not too long for that video. Yeah, and with that, let's go ahead and get into those final sexy shots. Peace, love, and I will catch you next time for some more sweet shit.